We are live. We are direct. She leads. She sells with best-selling, award-winning author, expert, business strategist. She has created the world's first author diagnostic methodology, helping entrepreneurs improve their odds of becoming award-winning writers. Of course, the first 6 letters of authority are author, and this is what Carma helps people to do. Award-winning speaker, editor with 25 years of experience in marketing and public relations. You might find her on NBC. You might find her on Gazettes, CB Nation. You might find her on Right Now. Let's give a warm welcome. She leads, she sells to Carma Spence.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Amazing. Tell me,
Tell
who's the
you what.
ideal client for you? Who's ideal? Who do you love to help? Like, who do you love extracting stories out of so they could become award winning?
They're entrepreneurs.
Mm,
They are visionary, meaning
wow.
that they've got big ideas, and they are coachable, and they've got a message that deserves to be out in the world. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. If people are saying, hey, how is a book going to help me to book speaking gigs? How's a book going to help me to get clients? What would your answer be to those people that are, it's just a book?
Well, first of all, you don't want to just write any book.
Mm,
It has to be the right book.
wow.
And that's part of what I do with my diagnostic system is help people identify what the right book is, because the right book lives in the intersection of your goals, both personally and business, your readers, what they are trying to achieve, and what you're passionate about, because you're going to be marketing that book for a while. So you need to love the book itself. So you need to I'm trying to figure out how to say this succinctly. The book needs to point your readers in the right direction or it won't grow your business. And it needs to solve an immediate top of mind problem. And that's why it gets you speaking gigs. Because, first of all, if you've got 2 speakers that speak about the exact same thing, and one is an author and one is not, who's going to get booked? The one with
Awful.
a book.
Yeah.
And the reason why that is because people who are booking speakers for their stage, their perception is that if you are an author, number one, you're much more clear on what your ideas are because you wrote about it. And you probably have a bigger platform because you have readers. A book a lot of people will come up to me and say, oh, well, I should wait until I've done X, Y, or Z before I write the book. The problem is the book helps you get A, Y, and Z faster.
Amazing. What type of client results have you got in terms of particularly people who are coaches, entrepreneurs looking to grow their businesses? What's the typical, give me some examples of like what type of results people get working with you.
First off is clarity, is really getting very clear on who they are, what their business is, who their readers are, what the book should be about. It, I mean, I've got a client now I've just really codified my process, the process that I've been going through over several years. And I've built this program called the Road Trip to Authority. And I've got someone in there now. And she's like only in module 1. And she's like, I had no idea that I had this. I mean, just what I do in module 1 helped her get so clear. And I've also helped people get through their outline, and I have a very particular methodology that helps you develop that outline so that you're writing the right book in the right way. We look at the market, what's already out there, and what are readers looking for, but not finding what's already out there. That's your first point of differentiation, and that alone can make you write a better book than you would have before.
Wow. Your presence is a present, Karma, today.
Thank you.
I
Thank
can
you.
already tell you're world class.
Well, thank you.
I can tell already. I taught for 10 years in high schools in Japan and the UK. And so I've got a very good ability just to tap into how people explain things. Top notch. Tell me, she leads, she sells. How are you able to convert people onto your various higher ticket program? What's your sales process like, and why does it work for you?
Well, I'm actually developing that out.
Mm,
So I'm not 100% sure it works yet, but my strategy at this point is get someone on a call where we do go through the diagnostic process. And I have a light version that I do for free, and I have a full version that I do for paid. Either way, you get clear, the person gets clear. And at that point, I have a good idea of whether I want to work with this person or not. And the idea is that they'll have a good idea of whether they want to work with me or not. And then that's where we go forward. At that point, then we figure out, okay, where are they? What are their goals? And then I can recommend how would they work with me because I've got different levels.
yeah, I like the way that you've broken that down in terms of being able to demonstrate expertise in advance. So yeah,
Plus, I
that's
don't want someone in my program that it won't serve.
mhm.
So I don't really let people just buy it off the website anymore because
Okay.
then people get in and they're disappointed. And I don't want that. I want the right people in there, the ones that it will serve the best.
No, I agree. In this day and age, I think we got it easy, Karma, in one
Really?
respect. Do you know why?
No. Why? Tell me.
Yeah. 90% of people do not know how to get the best out of people. They're not
Mm,
good coaches. Like when I taught in high school, there were some of the best economists who graduated with honors, majors, and yeah, PhD, but they weren't able to break economics down simply. Where someone like myself, I was able to mix the knowledge with being able to break it down so the children saw what was in it for them.
indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
It's like, oh, wow, Taylor Swift concerts, she can get away with charging, you know, $10,000 for a seat where the local singer is charging $20. What's the
Right.
difference between?
Yeah.
And looking at demand and supply tensions and things like that. So, yeah.
Indeed.
What's your big goal for 2026?
I actually have two goals that are like in between each other. They work. The first one is close loops. I have been holding a lot of open loops because I have ADD and every little bright, shiny squirrel gets my attention. So I've got a lot of squirrels. need to, I need to close them up. So that's like my number one thing I want by the end of Q1. I want to have all these, or at least 50% of my open loops closed to take off the cognitive load. And then once I have that, that opens up so much space to be able to be in my business better, be more present, because I'm not carrying all these squirrels in the back of my head. So that's my goal right now that I'm really focused on. And then by the end of the year, I want to have enough of my business going and smooth with a smooth flow that I can let go of the day job that I currently am holding.
Okay. Yeah. What would you say is the biggest challenge in terms of you being able to execute on
It's
this?
tough. There's a lot on my plate and there's only 24 hours in a day. And some of those hours I need to be asleep.
Time.
Yeah. But I'm getting better at that. I mean, I've been, I got one tip last year. I was talking to one of my mentors and I had just been feeling really overwhelmed. Like I don't have control over my time because, I've got family and I've got the day job and I've got my business. And I just felt like everything was chaos. And what we ended up doing is, well, can you control the next hour? And I went, I think I can. And ever since I started doing my life that way, just focusing on the next hour rather than all the things that could happen, I just focus on the next hour. I have just amazing productivity. I'm getting so much more done because I'm not letting the monkey brain take over.
What does leadership mean to you?
I've given that one a lot of thought, especially since, probably about between 5 and 10 years ago, people started really looking at me as a leader, and I didn't really self-identify that way. And what I've come to understand is that there are different kinds of leadership. There's the kind of leadership where someone takes the lead, that's like Jean-Luc Picard, make it so. And then there's the kind of leader that's more like me, where you just show up, you be present, and people just follow you because of who you are. Not because you're asking them to, not because you're telling them to, but because you're heading in a direction they want to go. So leadership is its presence, and it can be a commanding presence, or it can be a gentle, more nurturing presence.
Thanks for sharing. I think for me, leadership starts with self-leadership.
Indeed.
Self-leadership. And as you mentioned, and this is what I speak about in terms of what I do, the mind will always default to the prehistoric, like, mind fighting saber-toothed tigers. It's like, I went out to do a run, a 5K run today in the park with 300 other people. But my mind was saying, how dare you? You haven't ran 5K for such a long time. It's muddy. Like, you're going to get your sneakers dirty. But it's like, because the mind said that, hey, look, I'm stronger than my mind. I'm stronger than my mind. And it's being able to lead yourself even when the mind defies that. So,
Indeed.
yeah. How are you getting visible? How do you get visible to sign new clients?
There is a combination of things. There's social media. There is getting on podcasts like this. In fact, one of my goals is to start getting on more podcasts. And I'm also launching this year. It's going to be twice this year, and I'm hoping to go quarterly next year, having what I call the Author Ignition Conference, where I
Nice.
invite other speakers and we have conversations about how you can use AI ethically to grow your visibility. And that's by using partnerships. They're promoting me, I'm promoting them, everyone wins. And so basically my intention for this year is to be partnering with more people so that it's a win-win-win, a win for me, a win for them, and a win for our common audience.
Thanks for sharing that. What book are you reading right now? I mean, I've got this up here. I've been enjoying this, and it's helping me surrender to, if some prospects ghost, you just let them. It's
I'm
really
reading
being
2
really
books.
liberating for myself.
Indeed. Right. I'm reading 2 books right now. One of them is by Deirdre Shen, I think is how you pronounce it. She's the creator, founder of Capsho, and it's called the Honey Trap Marketing Method. And it's basically about how you have an event, and then the way you seed into it and the way you seed out of it. It's very much in alignment with what another mentor of mine teaches. That's Molly Mahoney. I find the way she explains it really interesting. In fact, I've mentioned it in multiple podcasts because I love this book so much. And the second book I'm reading is by a colleague of mine, Daniel Hall, who is the founder of like Real Fast Book and Real Fast Marketing. His whole brand is Real Fast whatever. And he wrote a book last year that dives into the Lord's Prayer. And so I'm reading that about how the Lord's Prayer is both a good prayer, and it's theological, and it's all those kind of things. I thought it was an interesting way to take a look at that because I try to always read at least one book about my faith and then another book about marketing, and occasionally I throw in some fiction.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for connecting today. Let them know how they can get in contact with yourself and who specifically you're looking for.
The best thing would be to go to carmaspence.com, CARMA, as in can I drive the car, Ma? Spence, SPENCE.com. And that website is it's being revamped. So right now it looks like the old branding, but I'm hoping that by March, April, it will be the new branding. And basically, I'm looking for entrepreneurs who want to grow their business with books. They are business and leadership experts. They want to raise their authority and they want to get their message out there in the world.
Amazing. Karma, it has been a pleasure to connect with you today. Love your sharp mind. Love everything that you are doing. She leads, she sells. Karma, thank you. God bless you. God bless the United States of America.
Thanks.